right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for Thursday. Today is Thursday, the 10th of December, and we are on session IC 18, almost finished with this unit. You should be finished with your book by now because you should be working on your book projects. So, this will be a quick class, so you have time to work on those projects and get your notebooks organized and together to turn in. I will remind you about the book projects yet again. I am also going to remind you that many of you still have missing work. A lot of it is trickling in, and even though it's a nuisance and an annoyance to me, keep doing it because every assignment that you turn in helps you, and that's what's important. Doesn't matter that I'm being annoyed. Um, I don't mind being annoyed if that makes any sense because I want you to do your best. So please keep getting that work turned into me. You've got until Friday night at midnight to get that done. Remember, next week, I won't take any more late work. The only work I will accept is work that I assign to you next week. If you have not looked at your notebook checklist, please do that before you turn in your notebook to make sure that you have everything you need. Make sure that you have your name. Make sure you have the book title. Make sure you have the author. And make sure you have the name of the assignment on your slide. Because if you are in a group and there are let's say 3, 11, 16 slides, and you don't have names on any of them, you're all going to get zeros because I don't know which is which. So please make sure you do that. Again, if you haven't finished that iReady middle of the year test, you've got to get that done, and it can only be done up until 3:15 Monday through Friday. It is not available outside of school hours. So please, please, please get that done. And as always, if you want to watch this lesson, you can, which you are. So enough said. The only thing I'm going to go over with you today is how to submit some of these things that I'm talking about. You need to turn in your project. You need to turn in your book club notebook. Here's how you're going to do it. All right, so I'm not in student mode. If I were, it would say submit at the top. You would click on submit, and you can submit this as a text entry or a website or a media recording or a file. I don't care how you do it, but I want your book project submitted here. If it is a website, if it's a link to something, make sure I get that URL. If it's a document, make sure you upload it. If it's a presentation, that will have a URL to it. So please make sure that you do it correctly. Test it to make sure it works and make sure that everything you do from Google is shareable, as in anyone with the link can view, so that I don't have to ask you to make it shareable, because I might not. You should know how to do that by now. We've been doing it all year, and half the year's over. So this is where you're going to submit that. This is for your book project only. Let me say that again. This is how you submit your final book project. That's the only thing you're submitting here. Now, that being said, here is where you're going to submit your notebook. Your book club, whether it's a group of people or you're working alone, should be complete. Use the checklist, and then all I need is your last name, your first name, and the URL of your book club book, or your book club, notebook. So please make sure, again, that it is shareable so that anyone with the link can view. And then you need to make sure that you send yourself a copy. That way you have proof. Okay, pretty simple. Last name, first name, URL. That's it. But make sure before you do it, you've gone through that checklist and you have everything on there that you need to. Now, if you're in a group and you have all of your slides done, but other people in your group do not have them done yet, doesn't matter. If you are finished, if you are ready to turn in your work, submit the URL because they're going to submit the URL too when they're ready. So that's fine. I'm going to get it from everyone in the group. Each of you needs to submit the URL no matter who owns the actual presentation. Everyone in the group individually must submit the notebook URL. Let me say that again. Everyone in the group must individually submit the URL for the entire book club notebook. All right. And the last thing that I need to tell you today, this is pretty simple, is this is the project/notebook form. This is the form you fill out only if you have submitted both. Last name, first name, the link to your project, and the link to your notebook. Both links need to be here. And again, send me a copy. If you have been attending class, you know why this is important. If you have not been attending class, you might wonder. But if you submit the project and the notebook, then put them on here as well. Not just on here. You're going to submit the book club. You're going to submit, or the book club notebook. You're going to submit your project separately from each other in Canvas. And then you're going to use this form to tell me, here's the URL to my book club. Oh, here's the URL to my book club. Okay. So make sure that on this one, you say, here's the URL to my project, and here's the URL to my book club notebook. I hope that's clear for you. All right. Also, a lot of you still have not finished your Learning Farm theme activity. You might want to do that. It is a grade. I think I mentioned the iReady MOY. And ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that's all I have for you today. I want you to get those projects done, work on them hard. I've gotten some emails from some of you, and I'm really excited to see some of the work that you're going to do because you've had some interesting ideas. And you know me, I like interesting, I like creative, I like so far outside the box that you don't even know what a box looks like. So do your best, work your hardest, and make it show. I need to know that you have spent more than 5 or 10 minutes on this project. All of this is due by midnight, Friday, December the 11th. If you have questions, please send me an email, unless you are in class, and you can ask me there. I will be happy to answer you either way. So until then, T2 out.